I've been very lucky that my basic research has been directly related to several policy debates in this country over the last 15 to 20 years. My first work really focused on gender and the under-involvement of young women in math and science and engineering, particularly physical science and engineering. And I began this work because I was just basically interested in understanding individual differences in achievement behavior. But there was a lot of funding to look at the issue of gender and involvement in math and technology. And our research was quite important for raising issues about the way mathematics is taught, designing interventions that would raise the value that young women might attach to studying mathematics so that they could keep their career options open as they moved into tertiary education, into college, and in designing new math and physical science curricula that took more seriously women's interests so that the subject matter would be more interesting to them and they'd be more likely to take it. For example, using the heart as an example of a pump in a physics class rather than an oil well. It turns out women can learn about pumps just fine, and they learn about it much better if it's a heart they're talking about than an oil well. The second area that my research ended up having some impact was while I was doing the gender work, we discovered that there was a much more interesting drop-off in school motivation in general as both boys and girls moved into junior high school and then on into high school. And our work, we then designed a study to try to understand what it was about middle schools and junior high schools that were turning so many young people off to school subjects in general. And that work formed the basis for the Carnegie Report turning points and played a major role in a lot of the policy discussions about the middle school, junior high school reform, and contributed a great deal to trying to create more developmentally appropriate school environments for kids, for young adults, young adolescents in the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. We were able to document that they needed smaller classes, they needed that smaller schools or schools within schools were a better policy. Essentially any practice that would increase the connection between the teachers and the students so they got to know each other well and could form a strong, supportive relationship. That would maintain the teachers' sense of confidence in their ability to teach all kids and would increase the kids' sense that they were really welcome in the school and that they had a place in the school and the school cared about what they cared about.